All right, everybody. Welcome to Cal 1, right? Everyone's in the right place? Cheer up, everyone. It's just Cal 1. All right, so my name is Robert. Let me put it over here. Robert DiGiovanni. And I'll be the instructor for the class. Where's my rag? Just a little quick background. I'm a full-time faculty member here, so I'm not an adjunct. You know, sometimes you get part-time teachers, and so, I mean, this is my full-time gig, so that doesn't mean that I'm going to be any more available to you this summer. Summer's weird because we have office hours, but it's different than fall, spring. So I'm only in my office before this class from 11:15 till 12:50. That's Tuesday, Thursday. If you want to meet with me any other time, we have to do an appointment, or I can do Zoom as well, and that's all in the syllabus, which I'll show to you in a moment. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about before we get into... Oh, I record all the classes, so should be recording. The camera will pick up from about here to, I don't know, somewhere around here. And then I'll put this on YouTube later. I'll show you how to get to it. It's not a replacement for coming to class, but in the event that you miss because, you know, life happens, just know that you can go back and watch the video. Also, during class, you don't need to be concerned so much about like writing every little detail down because you can actually just pay attention, try and understand. You always have the video to go back to, right? Unfortunately, YouTube has ads, right? Now, that's something that it used to be that I could say this is an educational video and they would not have ads on it, but they have long since done away with that. I just saw, though, today that you can do a student account on their YouTube Premiere. I'm not promoting this. I'm not telling you have to do it, but it's like $7 a month. The first month's free, and it's no ads, whatever. You know, it's there. I don't know how much YouTube you watch, but yeah. All right, so what I'd like to do, I mean, I know you can all read and stuff like that, but let's go through the syllabus. Not every little line, but just the important parts of it. I'm going to turn off the lights a little bit here, so get comfortable. Go to sleep. Oh, no, yep, that one. Again, this seating arrangement, if you're not comfortable, you need to, you know, take action on that, all right? So move tables around next class. You know, we can go in rows like this where everyone's facing forward. I don't really care how we do it, right? We usually do this so you can work in groups, but there's not going to be a ton of group work in this class. It's going to be mostly lecture, and then it's going to be, yeah, some examples, some quizzes, but you're not going to be sitting here for half an hour like working together on things, all right, unfortunately. All right, so I'm assuming everybody can get to here. This is called ACES. Yes, you log in, and then you go to your classes. This summer I'm teaching 2 Cal 1s and a Cal 2 and intermediate algebra. So I believe this is you. It should be section 5. So this should, I know some of you have been here. A lot of you have actually been to this page. This is our Canvas homepage, right, for the class. The important thing to point out to you here is that you have an inbox here. All communication between you and me needs to be done here. So don't send me an email from some external account or Yahoo or Gmail or something. Everything officially has to be through here. Click there, you get to your inbox. I think you can figure that out, right? How to send an email, how to, you know, look at your inbox. I'm going to switch right now. This is what it looks like for me, but as a student, it looks a little different, so I'm going to switch to the student view. Yours should look more like this without the pinkish border around it. So down in the middle here, here's my information, and here's the syllabus. And I'm going to look at these tabs, but let's just start with the syllabus. So the syllabus, I mean, most people who are in Cal 1 have taken some college level courses before, but just in case someone hasn't, the syllabus is like a contract, right? So it's my agreement, and like I'm saying, this is what I expect, this is what you should expect. I shouldn't deviate from this, and you shouldn't expect anything different than this, all right? So it's important that you are aware of what it says, because I don't want you to be surprised at some point. You signed up for this. 8-week class, right? 8 weeks. Should I make this a little bigger? Let's make it bigger. Why? Oh, that's why. Okay. All right. So 8-week course. We meet from 1 to 4:30. Yikes. So what we're doing is we're basically taking a traditional 16-week course. We're doing it in half the amount of time, 8 weeks, right? And we're still wanting to only meet twice a week. So we have to, every class is like a double lecture from a traditional fall spring semester. The traditional lecture is an hour, 40 minutes. We're doubling that. And that's why we're here from 1 to 4:30. I think it would be wise for us to take a break at some point every day, right? Maybe 5-minute break. Let's just go like hit our heads against the wall or something, right? But that's the plan. 8 weeks, 1 to 4:30. All right, my office location is in this building on the first floor, which is difficult to get to. If you've never been to the first floor of this building, you actually have to go out the building to the elevator shaft, down to the first floor, back into the building. There's no staircase that goes directly down. So I intentionally put myself in the basement so people can't find me. JH111A is where you go, and then inside there, you can find me in there, all right? I will be there, like I said, before our class from 11:15 to 12:50. Please understand this 11:15, I'm going to really shoot for it. I'm teaching a class on Zoom that starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 10:40. It's a super long class. It's only 5 weeks long, though, so it's only for the first 5 weeks. So I have to rush. I'm doing it at home, and then I'm having to kind of rush here to get here at 11:15. So if you show up and it's 11:15, I'm not there, give me another 5 minutes. If I'm not there, you have my cell phone number. Where is it? Here we go. That's my cell phone number. Okay, so just text me, hey, what's going on? You know, I'm at your office, and I'll let you know, hey, I'm running behind or something. I talked about the Zoom office hours. If for some reason you can't meet me in those office hours, you have to make an appointment. You can do that via email or, again, a text. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're at home at 6 o'clock, well, no, well, maybe you are, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and you're sitting there doing some problems and you need some help and can't figure something out, then you can text me and say, hey, are you free? And if I'm free, I'll just walk in my office and I'll get on Zoom and we can go over stuff, right? But I'll let you know. If I'm busy, I'm busy. Y'all good? All right, so if you text me, I do ask that when you text me, at least that first time, tell me who you are, tell me what class you're in, all right? So, hey, this is Joe from your calculus Tuesday, Thursday class. I need help on this problem. And then I want you to take a picture of the problem, and then any work you've done, take a picture of that, and then text that to me. And then it's much easier if I'm at HEB or something for me to be like, oh, okay, and my phone, I can write on it, so I just write something, I just send it back to you, right? But if I don't have the problem, then it's just more work for me to have to go look it up, right? So feel free to reach out anytime, okay? You're never gonna really bother me. I just won't answer if it's too late or something. I just won't reply. Textbooks, you do not have to buy anything for this class, right? Everything is already included in the tuition, so you have access to an electronic version of the textbook for the class, and I'll show you how to get to, a lot of you have already done this. I've seen you've already accessed this, so we're gonna go use a website called WebAssign to get to the ebook, and the other thing you need for this is a calculator. So you need a scientific calculator. Graphing calculators are probably recommended, especially if you're gonna go on and take like Cal 2 and more math if you're a STEM major. Graphing calculator is probably worth your investment, but there are some restrictions, all right? There's 2 calculators that you cannot use. It's the TI-89 and the TI-Nspire CAS. Now, the Nspire is a really nice calculator. It's color, it's really cute. But if it says CAS up in the top right-hand corner, you can't use that on tests. If you already have one of those, please get with me. I can get you a graphing calculator. I can get a loaner for you. In fact, right across the hall, that little room right there, they can rent out a graphing calculator for you this semester. You just have to go over there and let them know, and they will rent you one. So do you have a graphing calculator? That's all you have. If you want one, you can rent one. All right, just go over there and let them know. All right? There's a little bit of a process, some paperwork, but they'll get you one pretty quick. Okay, it's not required. Graphing calculator is not going to make you a better calculus student. It's more for if you're moving on and you want to like start to get used to using your graphing calculator, then you should do that. All right, so Cal 1 is, you can read this. This is what the state of Texas, right? Because this is a publicly funded institution, right? Taxpayers pay to fund this school, so the state of Texas tells us what we have to do, what we have to cover. So it's not one of those things where I have the freedom to be like, well, if we get halfway through, we get halfway through. That's not the case. I have to make sure that every student in here is prepared for the next class, right? Cal 1, next one is Cal 2. So my goal is that if you get into Cal 2, you have a chance in that class. Because Cal 2, you've heard, is a monster. Yes, have you heard? How many of you need Cal 2? Right? Have you heard that it is a monster? Okay, it is, or I'm not going to lie to you. It is a monster. So my goal is to prepare you for that. So there's no sense in me trying to water this down for you and make it easy for you. I need to make you a hardened soldier, okay, to be ready for the Cal 2 experience. All right? All right, next thing, learning outcomes. Again, you can read grading scale, standard grading scale, right? A, B, C, D, F, those are the only grades I can give, right? There's no other grade like an in progress or anything like that. I do round up, all right? So 89.5 would be an A. Now, how do I determine your grade? This is the part you're probably most interested in. We're going to do really just, your entire grade is assessment. And what I mean by assessment is me testing your knowledge. It's not homework is part of your grade, participation is part of your grade. It is all assessment. So quizzes are 10%, 3 equally weighted exams, 30% each. Those are huge exams, right? That sucks. That seems like that sucks, yes? Okay, but I mean, again, the nature of the beast is that in college, you take high stakes exams. And so you have to be able to overcome that anxiety, that testing anxiety. That's part of the challenge for you, is to come in prepared. There's no retakes, test corrections, all that stuff. That's a high school thing. That's not a college thing. All right? So it'll be your job to come into exam 1 prepared. I will provide you reviews for the tests. Those reviews will be very similar to what the tests will be. But given this condensed 8-week summer format, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to absorb the material. So it'll be really on you to make sure you're maybe working in groups. I don't know, meet at, we used to do gyms back in the day, but I don't know what it is now. Starbucks, I don't know, where do you go? I say try and form some groups in here, okay? I can't force you to do it, but students that form groups are way more successful than students who try and fly it solo. Not to say you can't do it solo, but you're much better off if you make a few friends in here and study together. You help each other out, all right? Okay, course policies. So attendance, because this is a summer class and each class we meet is equal to an entire week, right? Each time we meet is equal to an entire week in a normal semester. I put here if you miss more than, this needs to be fixed. You can only miss twice here, right? Because that's an equivalent of 4 class meetings. So I need to fix that. But you're not going to miss, so I'm not worried about it, right? Exams will be taken in class, paper, pencil, good old-fashioned, you're going to have eraser all over your table and marks of pencil all over your hands, right? It's going to be a good old-fashioned test. Academic integrity, cheating and stuff like that, I don't tolerate. So in a face-to-face class like this, I'm watching you. It's really not that big of a deal because it's hard to cheat when I'm standing right next to you or sitting right next to you. But still, I will address those situations pretty harshly. So don't cheat. Quizzes. So quizzes can be any form that I want. All right. I might do a quiz where I'm like, okay, everyone, clear your desks. Let's do this, and I hand out a quiz. Or I might put a problem on the board and say, do this. I might say, you can work in groups to do this. I might give you a quiz where I say, take this home, bring it back next class. I might say, hey, you know what, there's like 5 people absent. You know what, you all get 100 today, sign this sheet for attendance. Do an attendance quiz. It can be anything, all right? What you have to do, what would help you do well with quizzes is to go home, leave class, do the homework for that class, and understand the material before we meet again. All right, so we have a little bit of a gap, right, Tuesday to Thursday, and then you have a weekend. I hope that you have enough time between Tuesday and Thursday to do the homework for Tuesday, because I might come in on Thursday and give you a quiz on that material. What I won't ever do is cover some new topic and they give you a quiz on that right then, right? Unless it's a quiz where maybe you can use your notes or something like that and you can work together, then I might do something like that. I won't make it unreasonable. Any questions on the quizzes or tests up to this point? Homework. So I assign homework, all right? And there's a schedule that lists the homework assignments. I'll show it in a minute. Those homework problems are tentative. Almost every single class period, I will adjust that homework assignment. So it's the plan, but I might deviate from that plan. So being here and staying for the whole class and hearing me at the end will help you know what to do. Those homework problems, I just expect that you're going to do, all right? They're not part of your grade, right? But to be successful in this class, you should be doing homework, right? That's where you learn, right? You can watch me all day. I'll make mistakes, but I'm not going to make major mistakes, right? I know how to get from point A to B, or else I wouldn't be standing up here, right? That's the challenge for you, is to get a problem, recognize what you're supposed to do, execute the plan, right? So the only way you get good at that is homework. Almost 95% of every homework problem that I assign to you, I have a video of me doing that problem, and I'll show you where that is. So, let me show you now. Let me back up here. Let me go back to our home page. Our schedule here, I recommend you download this schedule, print it out, and have it with you physically. I actually printed it out and put it on this folder so I can look at it at the end of class. This shows kind of like what we're going to do every day. This is the tentative plan. So the first two sections out of this book, Chapter 1, Section 1, Chapter 1, Section 2, these are review sections that I'm not going to spend any time on. So this is optional. You don't have to do all this homework, but it might be worth it for you to just, if you feel like, oh, I don't know about calculus, you want to go back and kind of look at the things that I assume you kind of know. This is the type of thing I assume you know, all right? And then today we're going to start off, we're going to do 2 sections today. And then Thursday we're going to do another 2 sections. And that's pretty much kind of the plan the rest of the way. We have our first exam June 20th. And then we have a holiday July 4th. And then we have a second exam. Look, this is kind of crazy. Our second exam is almost at the end of the semester, right? So we have their second exam, then we have one more day, and then we have our final exam. So this final is going to be cumulative, meaning that it is going to cover topics from the entire summer, right? Again, there will be a review, all right? So the homework problems, right? So like you see here, let me go to like 2.4, right? We have this, here are the problems that, there are the problems, nope. There are the problems that, you get it, right? The problems that you're supposed to do. Okay, so how do you do those problems, right? You're going to go to the ebook, and then you're going to look at the problems. I'll do that in a second for you, right? You're going to go to the ebook and look at the problems and do them on paper, pencil, right? You're not going to be doing anything electronically, submitting answers online, none of that, all right? It's all going to be paper, pencil. Now, if you're doing that homework and you're having trouble, you have your homework solution videos. So you click here, and it's me working out problems, 2.4, right? Click on that, it's an hour long, and it's me working through about 90% of the problems that I'm going to assign you. I'll have a video of me doing the problems. So the proper way to use these videos is to not just watch me do the homework, all right? You should start the problem, maybe have the video up and kind of like work it, watch a little bit of my video, see if we're on the same page, work it, and then if we start diverging and I'm doing something different than you, then then you can kind of make adjustments. That make sense? Yeah? All right, so that's all there. Go back to the syllabus. Why is this so big over here? I can't make this smaller. Let me leave the student view. Maybe the student view is what's causing that. It's still pretty bad. Where were we? Homework, right? Quizzes, I told you. All right. Am I in the right class? Yeah. I skipped behavior policy, didn't I? I did. How did I skip that? All right, so people don't like me about this thing right here. Okay. So I don't want to see you on your cell phones, during class. I've walked by classrooms before, look in there, and I see like half the students on their phones, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? That's not the way I run my classes. If you have something that important, take it outside, that's fine, okay? Don't leave 30 times during class, all right? But if you have something that's important on your phone, please show me the respect of leaving the classroom to do it. You doing this on your phone the whole time, to me, is disrespectful. If I'm that unengaging, then why are you coming to class, right? If you know the material, just don't come to class. Come take the test. Show me you know how to do the stuff, right? But I don't tolerate that. So there's a penalty if you do it, right? If you'll be asked to leave class, and I'm going to take 10% off of your exam, which is a huge blow, right? So I know that's kind of harsh. So if you don't like that policy, I will help you transfer into another class if you'd like. Anybody want to be in a place where you can use your phone all the time? Yeah. Sure? Happy to help you. Okay. I know there's this thing like, I'm paying to be here. I should be able to use I get it. But as of 2023, they still allow me to make the rules. So that's my rule. All right? All right, homework I talked about. Oh, pens and pencils. This is a new policy. I just put this in last year. Okay? Pencils only, unless you plan to make 0 mistakes. If you're going to make 0 mistakes, use pen, all right? But if you're going to make mistakes, then use a pencil, all right? Part of this class is legibility. I know some of you are like, well, I'm good at math, but my handwriting sucks. Well, I want you to get better at that. There's always room to improve, right? You can always get better at something. You just have to make an effort to do it. So pencils, please, neatness. All right, if it's really sloppy and I can't tell what you're doing, I'll talk to you and I'll just be like, hey, let's work on this, right? If I go back and look at my Cal 1 work compared to what I was doing in grad school, it's like, someone was on strong methamphetamines or something in the beginning, and at the end I was like a machine, well-oiled machine, everything was neat and nice. Okay, that took time. It took me a long time to get good at writing clean and nice, all right? So I want you to work on it as well, because ultimately, you want to be able to communicate your ideas to other people, right? So communication requires that the reader can read what you're doing. All right, tutoring, there's a link here. There are 2 tutoring labs. I don't know what their hours are for summer, but if you click on here, it'll take you to their hours, and I think they have some Zoom sessions as well. We happy? We okay? Nobody want to drop yet? Tutoring, I talked about attendance. Okay, 6-drop rule. This is all stuff. The SOBI is something we should discuss. So, again, 2023, right? We actually have to always be thinking about our safety everywhere we are, right? So, not to be paranoid, but we need to pay attention, right? So if you see something that doesn't seem right, you hear somebody in this class or somebody not in this class, right? Last semester, I was in this classroom, and this guy came running down the hallway, said, I'm gonna kill everybody in here, I don't know, something like that. Were you here? You're shaking your head, right? So he was like, what the hell, So weird stuff happens, right? It just weird stuff happens. So always pay attention and say something, to me or to somebody else if something seems amiss, right? If we have an active shooter situation, right, we need to decide as a group here how we'd handle that, right? I mean, obviously the door has a window on it, right? But right now that door is unlocked. I shouldn't say unlocked. This door is always locked, but there's this magnetic strip right here that we put in the door jamb right here, which allows people to come and go. So if someone needs to go use their phone or use the restroom, they can come back in easily without having to knock. So what do y'all think? Leave it in, take it out. Locked or unlocked? Do we care? Take a vote. Come on, this is your, I mean, how many of you want me to leave it locked? That sounds good to me. How about that idea? We leave it locked. The magnet will be right here. Okay. If you leave the classroom, put that right there. Leave, come back, but then you have to remember to take it back out and put it over here. Sound like a plan? Okay. All right. Let's do that then. So if there's an active shooter, of course, we'll have to assess like immediately what we're going to do, like how close is it, right? Or are we hearing it far away, or is it right there, right? This is an exit point. Believe it or not, this is an exit point. It's not the best exit point, but it is an exit point. There's an awning right here. I mean, it's literally the same as this floor on the other side. And it goes down and around the building, and eventually you'd have to we're on the third floor, right?
Is there
But,
a way to open that window?
oh, I think we could open it. Right? I mean, I think if our lives depended on it, we could open it, right? Yeah. So, also, Texas is a, bless you, Texas is a conceal carry state, right? And it used to be you can't conceal carry on campus, but that law is no longer in effect. So this is a conceal carry campus. So there might be somebody in here who's already armed. And if they are, they're never going to tell you they're armed because that's the proper way to handle that situation. So, you know, it could be that we have people who could protect us in here. I don't know. You know, I'm not allowed to ask. I'm not going to ask, right? But so that's the situation. That's where we are. Yes? Any questions or feel like we need to clarify anything on that? There's this like quote I've heard in the past. It's something like, I know this is not exactly right, but it's something like luck is opportunity. What is it? Opportunity. Preparation. It's luck is opportunity meets preparation. So like, did they get lucky or were they prepared and the opportunity presented itself, right? All right. I've been talking about that since when I first started teaching, like, what if we have an active shooter? And back in like the early 2000s, people would be like, you're crazy, man. Why are you so freaked out? You know, I was raised, my dad always taught me that when I go to a restaurant that I always face the door, right? Man, I always face the door. I mean, I'm sorry, it's old school. It's the way I was raised, right? Always not to do anything but make sure that we're keeping an eye on who's coming in and out, right? Something looks wrong, we see it, right? So I'm a little old school, so I've been doing this for a long time. Unfortunately, now it actually is very relevant. Like it's happening all the time. So, all right, we keep going. The rest of this is just stuff I have to have in the syllabus. So I'm done with that. All right. I hate using this much time for this, but all right, we have to do it. All right, the videos, right, these videos, you click right here. Let me say it again. Right here on our homepage, class lecture videos, click on that. Right now it's going to take you to an empty playlist. There's nothing in here. Okay, that won't get populated until I upload that video to YouTube, which will probably be later today. If not, it'll be tomorrow, all right? Homework solution videos I already showed you. The schedule I already showed you. Files. So files, there's different things in here. The thing that's most important for you in here is this formulas you can have on exams. Let me zoom this back out. So on those exams that make up, what, 90% of your grade, I allow you to use formulas, formula sheets. These are the three that you're allowed. This one is 1 page, this one's 1 page, this one I believe is 6 pages. You can print, oh no, you know what, I was extra nice. I actually printed these two out for you. So I have those. I'm going to pass them around. So go ahead and take one, pass it around, please. And I'll start the other stack on this side. All right, you are not allowed to write anything else on those unless I tell you you can. All right, so everybody should have the same thing come test time. Nobody has extra formulas that other people don't. All right? The one that's 6, yes.
Would it be a sign-in sheet or?
Yeah, I do have a sign-in sheet to take attendance, you mean? Yes, I have it right here. So, yeah, may as well do that while that's going around. This should have your name, and then it should have today's date. Just put like an initial, okay, just initial in the little box. Hopefully there's enough room. If your name's not on this, please let me know, all right, after class. The 6-page thing that's coming around, this thing right here, that has formulas from pre-cal and all these geometry and a bunch of different things. What it does not have is the unit circle. All right. So I know some of you from pre-cal have a unit circle that you love, and it's got blood on it because you've been through all sorts of stuff with it. You can't use a unit circle on any exam, so that means you have to have some understanding of the unit circle. All right, so just FYI, heads up. Okay. The limit summary, that's going to make no sense to you at this point, but as we proceed through, you'll understand that. The related rates worksheet, don't worry about that right now. When we get to that point, I'll let you know, and then you can print out some copies for yourself. Okay. You getting around? That was files. And that takes care of most of the administrative stuff here. Let me show you how to get to the ebook. Right? So you click on this modules ebook. I know 7 of you have done that. Anyone need a copy of the limit summary? Did you all get that? Okay, this over here. There you go. I know at least 7 of you have done this. You click on this ebook link right here. Ebook right there. And then this is, again, not going to be what it looks like to you because I'm going in as me. Oh, wait, no, it should be. If you click on the ebook, it should take you to this right here. How many of you have seen this? I know at least 7 of you have. Yeah?
It won't load for me.
It won't load on yours?
Like it wasn't working for me, I was trying to open
When did you try it?
I think yesterday.
Yesterday?
Or Sunday.
Okay.
I forgot.
Try it again because it was having trouble loading for me today. Yes?
So if I had one from my university,
Yes.
it's taking me to